Namaskar. Thank you for having me. I'm sorry, I'm from America. I speak only one language. I'm from Texas. I don't speak it very well, but don't worry. I'll make up for it by speaking very fast and loud, okay? Because I heard that helps. So thank you for being here. I don't know if you're familiar with my talks, but this is my legal disclaimer. I'm not a lawyer, but I've played one on the internet successfully before. And what this means is you're going to see me tell stories or like talk about something, and you're going to go at some point during this talk going like, Jayson, you're horrible. And I'm going to say, remember the kittens, I'm adorable. I will never try to steal from you, kill you, or ruin you financially unless you pay me first. There's always a contract. So when I talk about some of the bad things that I've done, we're going to remember the kittens, okay? And funny I should say that because this is a throwback. It turns out 15 years ago this year, I gave, and I've got to be honest, people, okay, one of the worst talks I've ever given in my life. I cringe every time I see this talk. What is the one talk everybody comes up to me, they say they saw, they thought was amazing, and they just inspired them to get into, it's this one. It's really weird. It's like, but what this talk here is not just talking about what, like, oh, this is how far we come. It's really going to be a talk about explaining how Jayson and feedback, okay, there we go. How Jayson has said the same thing different ways for over 15 years. I've tried to be subtle about it, people, but y'all just haven't seemed to get the hint. So now I'm just going to just like bring it right on out, okay? This is my bio slide because I don't care about my certifications or where I've done and whatever, okay? The important things to know about me is I like screaming at people. You'll see that firsthand here, don't worry. I've robbed banks on National Geographic, which was fun. I've been on Wired and other publications and interviews, all these different national, international news places. But I like to go to weird places and do weird things like jump out of perfectly good planes off the coast of Africa, or almost get shot by security guards on the pyramids of Giza, or get in trouble for exploring ruins in Cambodia. But I also like to ride my motorcycle. That's my old one. That's my new one now. You can see it's an upgrade. And I also, the most important part about me is not my social engineering. Anybody here play No Man's Sky? Yeah, that new Relic update with the freaking ships. Oh man, I've been customizing ships. And now I'm playing Warframe. Oh, that's crack. That's horrible. They should like ban that. It's like, because I am just playing that way too much. If anybody's got any pointers on master ranking and Warframe and some of the best weapons, please let me know afterwards, okay? Because you could help me. But enough of that now because people are going to start. But I built that spaceship right there, that base. I built that. I'm very proud of it. It's very cool looking on the left, that picture on the left there. But enough of that. The more things change, the more they stay the same. That is depressing, isn't it? It's like, and this is what I've lived my whole entire life, since 15 years. The best way to get management excited about a disaster plan is to burn down the building across the street. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Jayson, I'm the fire, okay? I do the burning, and I help try to educate people about why it's a bad thing. That's what I've done. Some of the ways that I do that is I will make an insider threat. I loved the keynote yesterday with the 4 different sections of insider threats. That is the most detailed and amazing definition of insider threats I've ever seen. I'm not trying to compliment you, I'm being honest, okay? Because, I lie for a living. I'm not doing it for free. It's like, but that was one of the best ways because I've always said the biggest insider threat is not malicious. It's the helpful employee. It's the one that doesn't know better but wants to do the right thing. My job as a criminal attacker is to turn your employees that are great employees into my insider threat without them knowing it. And so one of the ways I use is by kindness. I'm partially deaf. I was in a car accident a few years ago and I lost my hearing. Word of advice, do not listen to rap music at full volume in a car with the windows rolled up, okay? Because airbags deploy at 170 decibels. Don't find that out the hard way. I did. So now I'm partially deaf, but one of the first things I did when I got my hearing aids was I made sure they had a USB-C port. And now my OMG cables, my malicious charging cables, I now go up to a receptionist, I now go up to someone, and I'm like, hello, I'm trying to, I gotta go to a meeting and my hearing aids are not charged. Can I please plug my hearing aids into your computer so I can charge my hearing aids so I can hear at the meeting, please? What monster's not gonna do that? So here's a better way to explain it. I did it with this video here from Lawyer Mike with no audio whatsoever. But then again, that guy's annoying anyway, so we don't need to hear him. But I'm explaining how I actually do that. And those are the hearing aids. That's my USB-C charger cable. And he's just going to plug the cable by itself in, and let's see what happens. And there it goes. It can be notepad or malware, your choice. It's like, I always believe in education instead of exploitation. So all my payloads are educational payloads, which, trust me, is a very good idea because, that kept me out of Lebanese prison. So I'm just explaining some of the other things that I can do, but that's boring and I got a little bit of time. So here we're gonna go to another one. Oh, we gotta have audio. Where's the audio for this? I'm hoping this is the audio. Nope, that's the plug. Do you have no audio? Oh, okay, hold on. Let me see if I can do. There's no audio, it's gonna be even funnier because it's like, let's go here. I have claimed to be a lot of things in my life, and I've never once claimed to be a professional, okay? So at least I can be honest that way. I wonder if I think I can switch it to this maybe. Oh, there we go. Let's see if I can do this. I should be able to just go and press the.
I've given her an account or two to make her feel, like.
Hold on. Whoa, that's confusing. There we go.
Sorry about the hold up. I'm working with someone as to what we can do. I'm not gonna lie, Wayne, we are really out of options. There's not very many avenues here.
Well, I thought it would just be a simple thing to just get not reset so I could get in. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to log into Fort Knox or something.
Well, hold on. Why did this change? This was a different audio. Hold on.
Right. That being said,
I'm giving her an account or two.
We're gonna get this. I'm persistent, if not successful. We're just gonna okay. Nope. Man. How many technical people does it take to do a presentation? There it goes.
The cat, dog, temp, password, user. You don't have access to your email, right?
Not right now, not until I get everything back up. The doctor said that the chemo was going to mess with my memory, but I just didn't know it was going to be this bad.
I gotcha. I apologize about that. I'm sure we can get this figured out for you.
I do appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. Anything else we can do for you?
That'll be it. That's all I needed, right?
All I needed was the password reset, thank you. In my defense, I've had cancer before, so I'm not appropriating, okay? It's like, are y'all clapping for my cancer? No, I'm joking, I'm just joking. Don't worry about that. And here's the next one. This one is one of my favorites. That's why I wanted to make sure it worked.
I'm giving her an account or two to make her feel, you know, like she's working and pulling her own and stuff. I know it's that nepotism stuff, but it's like, it's not a bad thing.
I'm working with security on this to see what we can do, at least for your wife's account. That being said, I still want you to try and log into VMware and see if you can find that file anywhere in the shared drive. If it's in the S drive, you would have access.
All right, where's the VMware?
Do you see a green and white cloud icon on there?
The cloud's blue. It's a OneDrive.
Not that. We want VMware Horizon. Is there a search bar that you can see anywhere where you can type in VMware Horizon?
The search bar. Where is that? Is that on like on the browser, like Google? You want me to Google it?
No. So on the very bottom of the screen, there should be like a box that has like a magnifying glass on it. Do you happen to see that?
Yeah, the magnifying glass. I see that.
Yeah. Click on that, and I want you to type in VMware in that.
VMware. Okay.
Open that up.
It's not it's showing me a website. I could have done that in the Google.
Okay, so we don't want the Google, we want the actual VMware. It should be a green and white cloud icon. If you don't see that,
no.
I'm horrible, but we're gonna remember the kittens. Can I mention something real quick? That guy, that last call, 40 minutes. 40 minutes. I've done help desk support. I promise you, there is no way I am staying on a phone with a client that annoying for 40 minutes. We're gonna have an accidental disconnect where I'm gonna tell them it's an ID10 error and we don't support viruses on our company contract, and they're gonna have to call someone else. 40 minutes. But you know what the amazing thing was? He was polite, he was empathetic, he was kind, and he did not deviate from security protocol. He did the right thing. He did not reset my password. That was amazing. Why aren't we celebrating the blue teamers doing the right thing? The only reason why red teamers exist is to make the blue team better. That is the only way. I am so tired of the toxic masculinity and red teamers where they got to come in and break something. Your job is not to break things. Your job is to validate your client's security and give them recommendations. They're having people pen test them 24/7 from all over the world. They're paying you for the effing report and conveying those findings efficiently enough for management to make those changes. This guy was an awesome hero. He was the star of the story, not me. Now we're gonna go to another one, because also I like to rob people in person. It's way easier. I hate doing it over the phone. So let's watch this video. This is an actual bank robbery in progress. I did not use a gun, that wasn't me either. I used that column to commit the crime. See me hiding behind the column, and then I come back over to the private way. What do? I just walk right in. Just walk toward the back. Nothing to see here. Make sure I talk to him because I don't want to be rude. I'm not rude. I said bonjour. This computer was not plugged in. Why did I do that? I was establishing a pattern so when I went to the next one, I could go pardon, and I could plug it into her machine and she would let me because she saw me doing it to the machine right in front of her, to the side. Now the next lady, she was not having it. And so I decided to do bank robbery 101. When you have to wait for something, just spin in the chair, because I'm an adult. But then I realized, wait, I'm also a man. I can just interrupt her. Who cares? It's like I can be rude. And it's like, and I told her, hey, can I do this real quick? And she's like, I'm busy. Like, oh, I know. But look, I was able to do it. And I have to admit, look at the end. See, she's smiling. I'm smiling. Everybody's smiling. When I rob you, it's at least a positive experience. And then I go and rob the lady that was behind me, behind that counter, on that column. Why did this work? Because our brains work differently than our minds. And it's hard to grasp that, but our consciousness, soul, spirit, whatever we want to call it, our consciousness operates very superficially. It's like we're having the thoughts, but our brain has to control our body, what we see, what we hear, and it filters those things. So if I would have walked in to the bank branch and I would have kept walking on the other side of that column, they wouldn't have thought about it, but their brain would have gone, he's coming from the public area, he's not to be trusted. So I hid behind the column so they couldn't see me, but this woman was right there. So the tellers, without consciously thinking about it, assumed that like, oh, he must be communicating with the other employee, and then I came around the other side of the column. That's the private area. That's where that employee is constantly going to talk and go behind the teller line. None of that is conscious thought. That's what I attack. That is the reason why I've successfully robbed banks, enterprises, government facilities, hotels on 5 different continents. Because the biggest myth we have been told by society is that there's different. My whole entire life, I've never met a foreigner. We are all human. We all have the same human nature. I know everybody wants to be the special snowflake and the special snowflake blizzard, okay? But we are all same people when it comes to human nature. We are all the same, no matter where you were born, where you were raised. And now, how do we defend against these kind of things? Well, you go to any conference, you go to any like Black Hat or RSA, we know what that answer is. It's AI. Look how wonderful AI is going to save us. Yay, AI is here. Hey, do we all remember when Zero Trust Protection was here? Do we remember when endpoint protection was here? Oh, do we remember when we had that whole intrusion prevention system? Oh, that was going to save us. Do we remember when intrusion detection systems were going to save us? Wait, stateful inspection firewalls are going to save us. Oh, firewalls are going to save us. How's that working out for us? Our big, shiny, blinky boxes now have blue lights instead of red lights, so that's a plus. But how much does it really work? How many people have a patch management system? I got great news for you. If you're a CEO or CISO, please understand, I can tell you some great news. If you don't have an asset management system to tell what machines are on your network at what time, and one of those could be mine, congratulations. You don't have to worry about a 0 day. You're already screwed. If you are a CISO and you don't have a patch management system, so you don't know what systems are patched or to what level, congratulations. You're not worrying about a 0 day. You're wondering why you're getting mail from, Paraguay. Because you've already been owned. We always have that wonderful saying that I've said for 15 years, we got to secure the low-hanging fruit. Y'all heard that? We got to secure the low-hanging fruit. Screw the low-hanging fruit. You ain't ready for the tree. Get the fruit off the ground, people. Get the fruit off the ground. Patch management. You're not ready for the tree. That's what we got to work on. But it's 2026. I got to mention AI more. But don't worry. We've already noticed I'm not a professional at anything, okay? So you don't have to worry about me trying to be a professional AI guy. I'm not that guy, okay? But there are people that are really good at AI, okay? It's like you've got some people doing social engineering with AI that's really cool. I don't do any of that. That's really cool and looks really hard and difficult, and I'm not that, what's that word? Industrious. Is that a good word for being lazy? Okay, good. And also you've got criminals using AI-generated malware. Remember the good old days when criminals took at least a little bit of time to rob you? Man. But don't worry, this is how I use AI. First, I Google someone that I might want to rob. Like, hey, one of the top 10 banking companies and startups in Pune in January 2026. And then I see Altum Credo. Anybody from Altum Credo here? Please do not raise your hand. That is not going to go well for you, okay? It's like, but I was like, hey, let's start with that. So Krager is the name of my AI chatbot. Thank you once again for the amazing job you did in Sao Paulo. We don't want to talk about that. The client loved it. I have another client, Altum Credo. They're located in Pune, India. I've only been to India a couple times, never to this region. Please work up a full packet like the Brazil job. Thanks, I know you won't fail me. Absolutely, Jason. Appreciate the trust. I put together a full Pune immersion and blending package, the same spirit and depth at the Sao Paulo job. This is designed for credibility, realism, and cultural fluency, whether you're walking into a boardroom, a SOC, or a coffee shop near a tech park. Because one of the things that we don't understand that I learned a long time ago is that there is no such thing as India. There's no such thing as France or America. Those are government things that we put in and put little lines on a map. Are you born and raised in Pune? And if you are, what kind of jokes do you have for Mumbai, for the people from Mumbai? You got them. You got a certain way that you cook certain foods that are here, not somewhere else, not in Bangalore, not in Delhi. You have certain slang and certain nicknames for certain areas that no one else, unless they live here, know. Because that's your local ethnicity. And that's what I'm trying to target, so you'll make it, so I will be more believable to you without you realizing why. So I get AI to tell me what your local ethnicity is and what the key characteristics are. So I know it's a cultural capital of that place, and one of India's most important IT, fintech, and cybersecurity hubs. It's the Oxford of the East, which is cool, I guess, and more reserved and intellectual than Mumbai. Sorry, that wasn't my words. Don't get mad at me, okay? I'm not trying to start rivalries that are already there. English is widely spoken in businesses, but local cues matter. Nearby preference points, those places, cultural mindset,
polite, indirect communication, strong respect for seniority and expertise. Thank goodness I'm old. Yes, they mean I hear you, not agreement. Avoid public confrontation or embarrassment. Publicly calling someone out equals loss of face. Private, respectful corrections, a trust builder. Shows me the likely environment, FinTech advisory. Shows me workplace norms. The meeting often starts 5 to 10 minutes late. I'm not going to talk about how long it took me to get the bus yesterday, but times matter initially. Slides appreciated, but discussion matters more. Decisions may be slow, but they're consistent and strewn, which is actually pretty good. Language in the communication cheat sheet. Phrases, meanings, namaskar, respectful hello, ho, and those other things. And then softer them and by less slang, more formal tone, dress code, lightweight suit or blazer, neutral colors, no flashy watches or jewelry. Thank goodness I'm very subtle. And polished but understated. Off hours, polo or button down, jeans or chinos, comfortable walking shoes. It is a very large city. So I took that to heart, obviously. I blend in just like a local now, so I'm very happy about that. But what else? Trusted spots. These are your iconic local credibility places that y'all go. Food intelligence, these are the foods that y'all really like. Transportation and daily logistics. Behavioral blending tips. Positioning you, this is where you are. Your background plays extremely well if you framed it correctly. Risk and security awareness context. Rapid rise in deepfake fraud, executive impersonation scams, WhatsApp-based phishing, vendor trust abuse. Your material will feel timely, relevant, and necessary, and optional add-ons. Is that wrong? Any of that stuff that it says about you, if you're a local? Terrifying, huh? Because I'm just an ignorant American. It's like, you know, I should know these things. It's like, but trust me, it's like, I don't really know these things. I'm a terrible student, so it's like I've forgotten most of it. But that's right there, and that's what counts, because that's what I've got AI for. Autumn Credo, I didn't forget about you, buddies, okay? It's like, location, executive safe adversarial simulation. My name that I would go into the company is Raul, that's right, 38. I think that's adorable that I could pass as a 38-year-old, okay? But, you know, I like to dream. Senior risk advisory consultant, MBA, what's college, I don't know. Consultant naturally asks questions, requests access, sit between departments, also foreign for not knowing internal systems. Soft-spoken, polite, wonderful. Please give a full insider infiltration persona package, some good localized phishing pretext, India specific, and the printable cultural one-pager for my travel kit. That would be awesome, thank you. AI has guardrails. You can't ask AI that, that's rude. And I'm not rude, love it. Let's lock this in. Below is a complete field-ready package. You can print, rehearse, and deploy without friction. This mirrors the depths of your Sao Paulo work, tuned precisely for Pune and India realities. So there I go. I've got my daily cover story. I've got my India-specific phishing pretext, RBI compliance update, internal consultant follow-up. I've got mentions, vendor reviews, policy alignment, audit trail. Avoids urgency less externally imposed. It gives me scripts. Hello, sir, this is Ro from Risk Advisory. Is now a good time? Claims of vendor audit, ask user to confirm into info they already know. Never ask for password directly, redirect to a verification portal. HR leave policy pretext, updated leave encasement policy, confirmation required. And then also IT desk impersonation, we're flagging you for an audit. Any of those would work, you think? Yeah. And then WhatsApp is business critical in India, email and WhatsApp combo, legitimacy, deepfake CEO fraud is rising rapidly. Don't worry, we'll get to that later. MFA fatigue attacks are increasingly successful. And then there's my blending quick guide for all the things I need to remember when I'm on site. So that's how I use AI for social engineering. People want to get all technical and they keep forgetting it's about the people, not the technical. So that's why I hate security awareness. I love situational awareness because employees don't care about your data. They never will. Make them situationally aware all the time. Do drills that are real life exercises so they understand. You have employees complaining about a 10-question PowerPoint? Firefighters train in rooms that are actually on fire. There are classrooms on fire and you're like, oh, another PowerPoint. Be lucky. But when you learn that, when you feel that, you understand what it's like. Because we spend too much of our budget on defensive tech and not talking about the people, the human element. All your AI is really flashy. Your EDR is really flashy. 68% of data breaches were due to an accidental action, the use of stolen credentials, and social engineering. People. Show them real world attacks. A deep fake phone call dupes an employee into giving $35 million. I mean, yeah, $35 million. We can brush that off, right? I can't. And show them other real world attacks. Does everybody know who Jamie Dimon is? Some of the CISOs and CLDs, he's a real fancy, rich dude that talks on TV all the time. So promise you when I tell you this is how he sounds.
Hi, Jason. It's Jamie Dimon. I just got off a call, and I was made aware of something a bit disturbing regarding the real reason behind Elon's retirement. I'm not sure who else has seen this, but there's a report circulating with some details that weren't shared internally. I reviewed it myself, and it does seem like that will need to be addressed. It's posted over at ir-investigations.com.ai test. Can you please take a look right away? Let me know what you think after you've reviewed it. I will be out of pocket for a bit, but would like to hear from you and legal first thing on Monday. Thanks, I appreciate it. Oh, and one more thing. Remember the kittens? This was only for entertainment purposes only.
Jamie Dimon's got real money. I ain't getting sued, okay? So, AI has guardrails. This service has a guardrail saying that you can't copy well-known public figures. But it doesn't seem to figure out that while you're editing a well-known public figure before you publish it, you just record it from a different source. And then you've got the recording of the public figure. Like your employee, because none of your CEOs are on YouTube in an interview with the media, right? That I can download, so you're safe. You're only in danger if any of your executives have ever said anything that has been recorded and put online. So we're all fine, don't worry, okay? But we also got to show them real world wins. We've got to start using code words. At a bank that I used to work for, if you were going to transfer more than $100,000, you had to say one of the 12 code words, one code word for each month. You had to have that right code word in the email or when you talk to the person, or we would not authorize the transfer. And because it's getting easier, people. You couldn't tell because I can't get it to go the other way. There we go. It's getting easier. When you've got TikToks telling you how to commit crime, you might have a problem. When you can find out how to create a deep fake on YouTube, you might have a problem. When you're able to go to Uzbekistan and find yourself turned into Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, from someone's laptop, and then switched to another character instantly. I make a better Brad Pitt than Wolverine, I think. So, you know. That is how scary it's getting, people. And if you don't believe me, Why don't you believe my friend, Elon Musk?
Hey guys, I know I appear as nothing but a billionaire man baby on Twitter, X, but I do take the threat of AI seriously and agree with Jayson on the importance of educating your employees on the dangers of social engineering utilizing AI.
Oh, thank you, Elon. I don't think he's a billionaire man, baby. It's like, no, it's like he great guy. Humans are not the weakest link. They're the least invested in. 15 years I've been saying that, but obviously I'm known for being too subtle. So let me restate that again. You're investing in technology to protect your people. So when your technology fails, and it will, your employees are screwed because they assumed the technology was going to protect them. Get your people to protect the technology, and when they fail, because they will, you have technology working as a safety net to keep your assets safe. That's how it has to work. I'm pretty sure I'm running over the time because she's been looking at me really angry over there, and I can't believe she hasn't run up and tackled me, so I'm done. I do not have time for questions right here, but that's never really stopped me. I'm always accessible, people. It's like I'm just another hacker trying to learn and share information. Catch me outside, how about that? In the back, and I will answer any of the questions you want, and we'll talk, and take selfies till I'm not feeling very photogenic. But I'll be out there behind the doors. Please come and talk.